The Bulldogs.
A lot of dogs.
It'd be funny if like they had a postseason tournament where they're like, since we have so many Bulldog names, like we need to narrow it down to one. So whoever wins gets to keep their name. You'd see the best basketball of your life. There's going to be some crazy shit. People are going to bet Eastern Washington they lose by 10, and people are going to be like, "Oh my god, this team sucks." Or like Montana State blows a game, and people are like, "What the? The Big Sky's trash."
I feel like I just can't take you seriously. And at the same
program.
time, yeah, it's like I simultaneously can't take you seriously, and I'm extremely interested in everything that you have to say.
That's good. That's what we need out of this stream. Okay, is that like inertia or something? There's like a
moving water requires colder energy to freeze. I can go call my mom. My mom literally lives on a river in Wisconsin.
What do we call that? Boots on
ground. Yeah. Okay, so you've got your mom's house on the under, and you've got life savings on UNLV. What else? What else can we wager? Future Kids College Fund. I mean, yeah. Well, so we're gonna double up, right? So we're gonna parlay the house and the life savings, and then we're gonna roll that through on something.
Told you we always been ready. I don't need people that's petty, that weigh on me heavy while I'm being steady. I need a record with Felly. We get it bouncing like Betty's. I feel like I'm Nelly. Don't bring the beef like a deli. It's leaving I levy. No sleeping on me like I'm Freddy. Chris Breeze, how I do. Hit him with the moves. Left hand step back, ballin' like I'm Coos. All faith, God's plan, you just gotta choose. God slaps, nothing left to prove. Y'all gotta leave me alone. Lately I've been in my zone. Told them no cap like I fitted, but lately the flows have been straight off the dome. I feel like I'm MVP, like my name Patty Mahomes. If it ain't about money, don't hit on my phone, cause lately I've been in my zone.
Hello, welcome to the Catwash Show, hosted by Ben Carey and Nick Gronerad, combining expert human opinions with cutting-edge simulation models to help you arrive at the best picks each week. Inside Edge Community. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Happy Sunday. Final games before the Final Four. What do we think of last night? Gonzaga. Yeah, sure. You know what was so funny is Yvette and I were talking about on Friday at the end of the show, and we were basically saying, it's so funny when people are like, oh, the public's on this or that, and, having that influence your decision. Well, the public was heavy on Kansas State in the first game. They didn't cover. They didn't win. But the public was all over UConn in the second game, and they destroyed them. So, look, at the end of the day, it's just like, I don't know. It is what it is. But I definitely heard more chirps from people about the game that the fade the public strategy worked than it didn't. And that was just kind of our point. So kind of funny how that happened right after we discussed it. But anyways, we got 2 games today. I'm going to be upfront with you guys. I don't have very good reads on both of these games. I'm biased. I'm kind of partial to San Diego State being out of the Mountain West. You guys know I'm always a ride or die Mountain West fan. I'm happy they're in the Elite Eight. I mean, the Mountain West, what was it? 1-3 opening round of games. Oh shit, I need to change that. Oh man, I need to change that. Wait. Where does it still say baseball? If so, I need to change that. Baseball. No, we talked a little bit about baseball yesterday. Okay, we're good. Yeah, because I definitely changed it. And let's see here. Some of the tags still might be baseball. But yeah, we definitely chatted a little bit about baseball yesterday. It was a good good discussion. We were talking about the rule changes. We were talking about how much we think they will impact the scoring. It was a pretty good discussion. Notification said talking baseball. Ooh, oopsies. So yeah, someone's gonna come in here and be like, "What do you guys? This isn't baseball. Creighton, San Diego State baseball." Sure. Weekend was good. West by God. Weekend was good. Oh yeah. You know what I need to do? I need to add this banner. Boom. Okay. Added a sub goal at the bottom. We're at 76 subs on the month, trying to hit 100. Sleed, what up? Seed, Sleed, Alec, Sick Money. Good to see you guys all in here. Alec, I would go back and listen to, I don't want to say it's the second half, but definitely like the last 30 minutes. I thought it was a good discussion. And yeah, you can check that out. But speaking of baseball, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we are basically going to be doing all baseball streams, and actually Thursday into Sunday. But Monday will be my season long prize picks entry. I'm looking forward to that. And ASIM, appreciate it. Appreciate the 6-month sub bang. His Creighton future is still alive. Okay. I mean, what did you get it at? Like 75 to 1? What was the highest Creighton got? I think they got up to maybe even a little higher when they had that stretch when Cockbrenner was out with mono. 40 to 1. I mean, that's still pretty good. Anything over like 30 to 1 is very solid. But anyways, we will do season long entry, MLB entry Monday. Let's see. Tuesday, we will talk about our favorite win totals, and then Wednesday we will talk about division winners, World Series, season long awards, so like Rookie of the Year, things like that. Speaking of Rookie of the Year, Jordan Walker making the roster. I think he has the best odds, or at least I should say is the favorite to win Rookie of the Year in the NL, I believe. Tofar is up there too. Tovar for the Rockies. Also that pitcher for, Corbin Carroll is the second favorite. And then I believe that pitcher that we were talking about yesterday for the Mets is up there too. Senga. Didn't know a lot about him, but was reading into his profile and just, he's been a unit out there in Japan. Has some nasty stuff. Doesn't have the craziest velocity, but, a lot of those Japanese pitchers, it seems like they focus more on hitting their spots and then some of their, more movement type pitches, sliders. I mean, he has a forkball too, but I don't even think he's using the forkball this year. Anyways, we're not here to talk about forkballs yet. We're here to talk about, can San Diego State upset Creighton? That's what we're here to talk about. And you're probably like, I don't know about that. I'm going to make a poll. And we're going to do best bet in Creighton, San Diego State. So we got the line sitting here at 2.5. Of course, favoring Creighton. Creighton's a good example of a team that during the season, if you timed it right to get a future, I mean, that's kind of how you should do it. Same with UConn, right? Buy low on both these teams. Again, I think Creighton was sitting at like 60, 70 to 1 when he was out. Cockbrenner was out with mono. That's the time to buy. You saw what they did in the Maui tournament, and then he was out. Perfect time to buy. Totals at 134.5. 134.5. Now, I'm always transparent. You got to be transparent. I took this under at 133.5. And it jumped up. I mean, there must have been some sharp action on the over. It jumped up to 135, but it's come back down a little bit. I mean, my whole thing is just the interior defense of San Diego State, but also the perimeter defense. And I think Creighton is going to have success scoring at times, but I just don't think that this is going to be one of those games that flies over. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but it seems like this one is going to be a grindy, physical type of game. Now, free throws could send this one over. And boom, there's the poll. Make sure to vote in the poll. And also, Brent Atia. I don't know if there's any relation to Trent, but bang. Bang. Tier 1 sub. I appreciate you. Yvetta says San Diego State's D is great against Bama's rim and 3 offense, but both teams play drop coverage and Creighton should be able to spread them out. If Creighton can hit perimeter shots, I think this is a game they run away with. But I thought San Diego State, I didn't think they played more drop coverage. Are you saying that they do play drop coverage? I thought they guard the perimeter pretty tight. Yeah, Creighton does. Creighton's been playing really good straight up defense. They're disciplined. I think the idea with fouling and sending teams to the line is a lot of coaching and discipline, because you see a lot of teams that have defensive studs, shot blockers, and really good talent, but there's that fine line between being too aggressive and being a good defensive team. And if you're on a spectrum and you're a good defensive team, but you foul a lot, you're hurting your defensive efficiency by sending teams to the line. Because at the end of the day, you look at these teams and you say, every time that the offense is taking the ball down the court, what is the likelihood of them scoring, and like, what is that possession worth? Yeah, their defense is similar to Creighton. Okay, gotcha. Scrunch needs Creighton today and UConn to win it all. My brackets are shot. I do have one bracket that I did that I had UConn going kind of far, but I'm not going to be here and like sit and say like, oh yeah, in my 7th bracket I have UConn winning it all, right? That's no fun. I feel like you should have like 2 brackets max, and you can talk about those, right? That's like if I come on here and I'm like, oh, I live bet this game. I had a really good day yesterday, even though the picks that I gave on stream went 0-4. But, I went 5-0 live betting. Like, people are like, dude, shut up. That was just an example, though. I actually didn't go 0-2. And don't fade 86, 3-month sub bang. Appreciate you. We'll never have to see another ad in your life from us. Oh, those were futures. Okay, gotcha, Scrunch. All right, but what? Let's see. Where's the poll? Poll go away. Let's see what the poll results were. View results. It looks like the chat. I think Creighton was on top. Yeah, Creighton is getting 50% of the votes. No one likes the over. Maybe I swayed you guys by talking about the under, but yeah, no one voted for the over. It looks like Creighton getting the majority of the votes. No surprise there. And I'd love to see the Capwise model and Bart Torvik model aligned. I haven't been bringing up the model score as much just because I feel like in March there's just so many like variables and factors that make it harder to model. And I mean, you could still model, but just accurately. But it's good to have a baseline, I guess. Yeah, I still think the under is going to be my lean here. I will put that on the banner. Any props that anyone likes? The reason why I don't talk a lot about props is in Colorado, we cannot bet college props, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I was actually talking to the head of the sports betting department in Colorado at this conference or at this happy hour the other day. He's actually retiring, but it sounds like Colorado and their amateurism, it's not going to happen anytime soon. But I'm curious, Chad, are you guys in a state where you can bet on player props on the books? I think there's only a handful, right? Chat lean. Put the chat lean. So in here. Here. Yeah, I always forget that you can actually bet props on books. It's funny. And I'm like, oh shit. Duh. There we go. Yeah, you can in Indiana. It's so dumb, Nick says. Coach Prime changing the laws? Maybe. Indiana, okay. Michigan, you can, you just don't. VA, you can on the books. Prize Picks, yes. See, it's weird because some states, Prize Picks, like Colorado, you only can do fantasy score, which I just don't understand. Like, that's where they draw the line. I feel like it should be all or nothing. Like, I feel like it should be you can't even do any of that in Colorado, or you should be able to do that in Colorado and bet on every player prop or even NBA, because you can't even on Prize Picks, you can't even bet on over-unders for point totals and steals and assists and all that on Prize Picks. But every state has their own jurisdiction, different laws in place. Bryce says, I live in Utah. Wait, you can use Prize Picks in Utah? No way. Why didn't I not know about that? That's crazy to me. Mississippi, you can't bet mobile, period. Wasn't the whole thing about that like getting everyone to go to Biloxi? This sounds really crazy. I was actually looking to invest in some real estate out by Biloxi. Tell me if that's a terrible idea. But apparently they're building this outdoor music venue and the casino scene is blowing up there and it's kind of becoming a destination. Also, if anyone is in Mississippi, hopefully you're, the tornado that hit late last night, hopefully you weren't affected or know anyone who was affected. That seemed pretty crazy. I saw this newscast where they basically thought the tornado path was going to go one way and it shifted to the city or the town. The town only has 6,000 people, but I believe that the tornado was like an F4, F5, and you could see the meteorologist was definitely concerned. He was freaking out, and yeah, it seemed like it was pretty devastating. So thoughts and prayers to that. Yeah, March Madness in Biloxi next year. We got to go out to Biloxi, Nick. The cheap Vegas, don't tell the secret. Well, you just told me. No, Bryce, that's what I'm saying. I think it's like for me, I'm like, you can't even gamble at all in Utah, but maybe the Mormons are changing their stance. Maybe. Okay. So back to these games. San Diego State. Is anyone going to jump on the Aztecs? I feel like no one wants to touch San Diego State today. Is it that you still think deep down that the Mountain West are frauds? Wellesley likes them. Sick Money likes them. Okay. No, we have some Aztec love here. Shout out Mountain West. Shout out Mountain West. If San Diego State makes the Final Four, anyone who talks shit about the Mountain West has to apologize on stream. I'm going to bring you up on stream, and you're going to say, I'm sorry for doubting the Mountain West. And Nick is going to start. Nick is going to come on stream. He's going to apologize. Miguel, we need the locks too. You guys think I'm on here just giving you the locks. I'm here to get the locks from y'all. Okay, let's talk about the next game. Miami, Texas. Pac-12 school, San Diego State. That's funny. Yeah, fading Trent. It's been 103 days, 105 days since he's hit a super goat. Nick, I might have my kid before Trent hits a super goat at this rate. Any lean for the first half? Take a look. $62.5 for the total. Creighton -1. I mean, I'm not sure. You want to do the math, Nick, on the specific date, the due date? You might be a grandpa before he hits one. The sad thing is, like, he's not even getting close. It's not like he's, like, getting hooked or, like, some sort of bad beat. Like, he's he's going, like, 3 of 6, 2 of 6. I mean, he gets a 5 of 6, and you're like, oh, shit. That's the closest he's been in a minute. Yeah, there could be some bricks. Definitely could be some bricks at 62.5, but probably just lean under. Oh, you lost the survivor pool? I thought you took who'd you take? Bookies, D-Dub? Oh, he hit a 5 of 5. Well, I hope he would hit 1 5 of 5 after 100 attempts. Okay, let's talk about Texas, Miami. Texas, Miami. Miami, a team that, look, no one ever wants to love. No one ever wants to love. Miami's like that, what's Miami like? I'm trying to think of a good analogy of Miami. I don't know. It's been weird with Miami. Miami, the market doubts, the market loses. And then it's almost like the Sharps are against Miami too at this point. And I mean, the quote unquote Sharps are all over the Houston Cougars. And we saw what happened. I mean, not only did Houston not cover, they lost outright. They lost outright. And today's the 3 teams that everyone doubted in Texas. Yeah, boy's a liar. Boy's a liar. I don't even know who you're talking to. I need to put a poll up, though. New poll. So 3.5 is the spread. But Texas has looked really good, guys. I mean, you watch Texas out there, they feel like UConn out there. Playing really good basketball. So I understand the reservations of taking Miami here. And the total seems pretty popular to the over. I mean, if you look at the metrics, I mean, KenPom, Bart Torvik, Miami, not a good defensive team. Texas has been really efficient offensively. But they have also on defense, but it seems that the market is expecting a lot of points in this one. Let's throw up the poll. Miami. Okay, boom. Boom. Poll is up. Make sure to vote. And I also appreciate all the sub bangs. I think I got most of them. We're at... Oh, I need to update this. We're at... $79. I'm scared shitless, but I'm fading Miami again. Kind of feels like the Martingale, right? You keep fading them. You're like, all right, this is the time, right? This is the time. You're not actually like tripling, quadrupling up, but I've been there too, right? Where you have like an angle on a team and you think you have an angle, and then you bet it, and then you don't bet it, or maybe you were off the train and jump on it. Like I know a lot of people who didn't bet Gonzaga the last few games, and then they're like, okay, I'm gonna try to be sharp and take Gonzaga, right? And then UConn beats them by like 40. Yeah, Disu is game time decision. So I don't know. I don't know if the market's thinking with Disu, because throughout the course of the season, Disu wasn't the biggest factor to this team, but as of late, he has been. So it's interesting to see. Also, this line is coming down. It's 3.5 now. Has any news come out with Disu? Or are we just seeing some steam? Because this was 4.5 about 24 hours ago. So now it's down to 3.5. And I think it opened 3.5. People, well, not on Bookmaker, but I think DraftKings. I thought this line should be 2.5. And that was with Disu out. Maybe that's a little low. Yeah, this game's really high. I mean, I can make a pretty strong case for both teams here. Like, these are two teams playing really good basketball. And, of course, you're going to get that in the Elite Eight games. But, I mean, Miami just took down a 7-point favorite, right? Miami's the last bad defensive team in the tournament. That is a good point. That is a good point. But here's my thinking. I'm going to pull up Bart Torvik. Yeah, those Twins, man. They have some crazy NIL deals. Also, did you know Dusty May? Fun fact about Dusty May. You guys want a fun fact? I know Nick wants a fun fact. Dusty May did not play Division I basketball. He played D2 basketball for one season. I don't even know if he actually saw the court. Then he transferred to Indiana. He was a assistant video coordinator, I believe, team manager under Bobby Knight. But yeah, never really was the best player. Kind of cool. He said, fuck it. He's like, give me a clipboard. That's called leaning into your strengths, boys and girls. You know, you don't need to be Kevin Durant. You just need to be Bobby Knight. Just don't throw the chair across the court. But I wanted to pull up Miami here, because we can say everything about their defense, right? 100th on Bart Torvik. Shout out Bart Torvik. I want to get a beer with that guy. Seems like a good guy. Also, he low-key had some shot quality beef. Did you guys see that? I was like, oh shit. I've never heard this man tweet anything negatively about anyone. I think he was joking, but I thought it was pretty funny. So yeah, we have the course of the season. They're 100th, right? let me see if I can pull up adjusted defense. So their last 3, let's see, Duke, so their last 3 games, exceeding expectations. But I guess they're only like 80. It's not like they've jumped up to 40 or 20 in those spots. Houston, Indiana, Drake. Where's Indiana? Oh, Indiana's right there. Yeah, Dusty, Kevin Durant. Since Sweet 16, I've just taken props. Yeah, and I think, I mean, BA Sports, I think that's a big reason why props are getting so popular. I'm seeing some crazy stuff about props, guys. Props, the number of bets in the NBA, I think, have surpassed the number of bets for sides or totals. So the number of bets on props, not the total handle, so not like the actual dollars, but the amount of bets has surpassed the number of bets that we're getting on the game, which I think is pretty crazy. I think that's a crazy stat. But it kind of goes to what BA Sports is saying, and I think it sums it up, like why people like to bet on player props. Ooh, Calbert Cheney. Yeah. Temple. Anyways, if Miami can play a little better defense than what they're ranked across the board for the season, I do think that they can win this game. But Texas is a wagon right now. Texas is playing very good basketball. They've won 7 straight. I mean, that started with Kansas back in the regular season, early March, and then, you know, they ran through Oklahoma State, TCU, beat Kansas again, dominated Colgate, won by 20, won by 5 against Penn State. And that was a game they shot 1 of 13 from 3, and they still won by 5 and covered. And then Xavier, I mean, they're shooting very well from 3. I guess if you take away that Penn State game. But the win condition for Miami, you're going to need Texas to shoot probably under 40%, maybe even 35% from 3. And Miami's just not going to have to turn the ball over. We'll see. I mean, Carr and Rice are playing really good. Any news on Disu, though? Any news on Disu? I just don't know how much Disu actually moves the needle. Disu. Is it Disu or Disu? Also, I saw a post about how you pronounce Xavier. It's Xavier. Xavar. Was that you, Yvetta, who posted that? It's not pronounced Xavier. Apparently. Can't tell if that's a joke. Isaiah Wong, man. So how do you pronounce it? How do you pronounce Xavier? I've called it Xavier my whole life. No one's corrected me. Xavier? Xavier. Oh, I do say it right? Okay. I just want to make sure. Nick says Xavier. Xavier. Oh, I gotcha. I thought it was something on top of that. Yeah, Xavier, like Xavier. Okay, thank you. Hey, I'm all about arriving to the truth around here. There's a lot of baseball names that I have to start up pronouncing correctly. Like Senga. Is it Senga? Nick, we were talking about baseball, man, for like an hour yesterday. You were missing out. We ran through the Rangers and the Mets and the Phillies. The Red Sox, I'm not too high on them. I got to figure that out. Found out Trevor Story's out for maybe the whole season. Xavier. I'm going to start saying Xavier to piss people off. Okay. See what's going on with these lines. I mean, look, the market's pretty tight. It's the Elite Eight. I will say that the total is starting to drop a little bit in this Texas-Miami game, though. It was up to 149.5, and it is coming down. Yeah, Bryce. I mean, it's rough being a Rockies fan. Yeah, those Boston fans have it so tough, man. They've only won a championship every 2 years. You guys have it so tough. You know what someone told me one time? They basically were saying that being a Patriots fan and a Boston fan are two different things. And I was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's New England, I get it, but like if you're a Boston sports fan, I naturally will think that you're a Patriots fan. Right? I mean, come on. Yeah, the total is dropping. I'm not looking at the money splits, but what I will look at is sharp books like Bookmaker. And if Bookmaker is dropping, there's a good chance that the rest of the market is going to drop. They usually follow the market makers, Bookmaker, Circa, Pinnacle. I think Bookmaker, Circa have been the sharpest for college basketball. And then typically the rest of the books kind of follow suit. Go Patriots. These games, I believe, let's see. I think the Yum Center. Someone correct me. I fucked up yesterday or on Friday. I thought one of the games that was at Madison Square Garden. Any props I like? I didn't really look at props. So, not personally. Maybe chat has something that they like. I mean, a square play would be Isaiah Wong over, but I don't know what his number's at. Go Ravens. Rashad Bateman. Keep him healthy, Nick, please. You guys see that whole thing with Lamar Jackson and like the fake? Was it like the fake agent? He was reaching out to teams about Lamar Jackson and he was not even associated with the NFL. K-State was in the Garden. Texas Miami is in KC and San Diego State Creighton is in Yum. The Yum Center. I love that name. Lamar's being a clown. Just hire an agent. Yeah, why just it is kind of turning into a spectacle. Right? Wong 15.5. Okay. It's probably a pretty good number. I mean, that's a square play. That's just like, hey, have a good game, kid. Over. Like, there's no crazy math behind that one. Yeah, man. I mean, as the days go, I think his contract's going to get smaller and smaller. So, Nick, we should be his agent. You should be his agent. And then you can bring him to the Broncos as a running back, and we can run a 2-quarterback system. I'm telling you guys, the 2-quarterback system, one of these days, it's going to happen. And people are going to be like, man, that Ben guy was onto something. Have an athletic quarterback. I mean, how would teams stop that? How would teams stop a 2-quarterback system? I'm serious. Think about it. Think about it, guys. The wishbone. Here's what you do. You have 2 athletic quarterbacks, one of them who can definitely throw, right? You run shotgun. You run a zone read. You read the DN, DN collapses in, you keep it. If not, you do the right thing, you hand it off. If you keep it, you can still pass the ball. So it turns into like a triple option out of the gun. How are teams going to stop that? I'm serious. 40 years ago, Bill Walsh was probably preaching the spread offense idea, the West Coast offense, and people were probably like, they were like West by God, or not West by God. They were like Heisenberg, like, oh my God, 4 wides. This is the dumbest idea I've ever heard of. Get out of here. You're fired. 4 wide receivers. We'll never ever see that in football. Boom. I know. Look, I'm gonna screenshot all these. When you see that 2 quarterback system, it's gonna be unstoppable. The game will evolve. I mean, look what Steph Curry did to the NBA. Imagine 10 years ago, you're like, you should only shoot threes and dunks. Nick would have been like, who is this guy? The game evolves. The game will evolve. The 2 Steph Curry system, I mean, that was basically Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, right? It's the closest thing we've got to that. Poll results on this Texas-Miami game. Let's take a look. It looks like the chat likes Texas. Hook 'em. Hook 'em horns, baby. Isn't that where Manning kid went? What's his name? What's the Manning kid's name? Apparently he's lost his student ID like 3 times already. It's probably not a good sign. Archie keeps losing his student ID. What does that say about him being a quarterback successfully in college? Oh yeah. Someone asked about the Creighton game again. This is totally biased, but I'm taking San Diego State. And then I do like the full game under though. The dogs are going to eat today. Are they? Maybe. I feel like one of the underdogs will win. That's his actual name. Archibald Charles. What? SDSU. Shout out for the subs, guys. We're at 79 now. I like that number. What's the most unpopular number 1 to 100? I feel like 79 is unpopular. Like people think of 69 and they're like 79. Ugh. Ooh, 59. I feel like 59 people don't like 59. No, but see, ASIM 13 is actually popular because it's so hated on that it's popular, right? 21's too popular. 100 popular. Number 1 popular. Anything 1 through 10 popular. Ooh, 46. 46. That's a pretty unpopular number. $51. Oh yeah, that's a sharp move right there. 51 because 50 popular. 51. No, I think 51's too close. I think like 52 or 53. There's got to be a way that you could Google search like the most popular number versus least popular number. Yeah, 53 seems pretty unpopular. I was number 15 in high school because I like Carmelo Anthony. And I'm like, well, he wears 15. So Jiggy Buckets first time chat says 57. No, I think Kev, anything 1 through 10 is just too popular, right? 72, yeah, 72 sucks. 72 is just, yeah. 90, yeah, 99. I always like when there's a defensive lineman with 99. Seems like he means business. I'm also not a fan of defensive linemen wearing like number 7 or number 8. I think it's weird. I think it's really weird. It just doesn't look natural. It looks like I don't know. I think Coach Prime said he was like, no, defensive lineman, you're not wearing single digits. Yeah, West by God, you saw that too. People forget San Diego State had Creighton beat last March and just missed free throws. I will say with San Diego State, they have a lot of that's San Diego. They have a lot of experience on this team. In that Sweet 16 game, was it Ladie? He had some big buckets. Transfer from TCU. I mean, they have Bradley Sr., Ladie Sr. transfer, Trammell Sr., Johnson Sr. He's going to need a big game. Mensa's going to have a big game. Senior. Seiko Sr. Lamont Butler. He was a transfer, right? No, he wasn't a transfer. Veteran ass fucking team, man. Senior. Veteran team. According to a Reddit post from 7 years ago, no MLB player as of that time has ever worn 80, 86, 89, 90, 92, 93. Yeah, the high numbers in MLB, not too popular. Creighton can't even spell defense. San Diego State holding it down for the Mountain West Conference. Oh, Judge is 99, right? Or is he 98? I'm terrible with numbers on players and like naming their jersey. It's really weird. Like I could tell you their freaking batting average and stuff, but then I'll be like, what number is Aaron Judge? Really, really weird. 99. Okay. I was like, it's either 99 or 98. Yeah. I mean, Creighton might have some size, but look, Mensa's pretty solid. I mean, I don't think Mensa matches up with many people and has issues guarding them. I mean, if we look at his blocks on the year, hold on. I sorted by, he's coming off a 5-block game, by the way. Season high 5 blocks. He's had over 3 blocks, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. So something to watch for. Yeah. Heisenberg, they do defend the 3 well. Yeah, Krabs is 45.5 because he's on Judge's under. Yep. Mensa can take him away. Yeah, I mean, Mensa probably will be in foul trouble one way or another. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about some baseball. Nick, we need to figure out exactly what we're talking about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We know what we need to talk about, but we need to figure out like what order and what days to talk about it. I think I should talk about my season-long entry sooner than later because I don't know if you've noticed, but Prize Picks keeps taking down legs when bigger accounts post them, and it's honestly kind of annoying. Even Phil's Utley posted something, and they took it down. They might have put it back up. It was the saves prop. But I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I think we just need to talk about it, post it. And, like, I honestly don't know what's going to happen. Like, it would be cool if it stays up and everyone can get it in for a day. or longer, but who knows? I mean, there could be a chance that Prize Picks literally takes one of these down, and that would be really annoying if people can't get it in. So yeah, I think we should talk about that tomorrow. And then Tuesday, as of now, Nick, what I sent you, I said win totals. I'm only going to have a few that I really like, and then I think we can answer chat with some of their asks and teams they want to talk about, and they can use channel points for that. It's probably a good idea. Wednesday, I have division winners, World Series odds, season-long awards, and really anything else we can talk about on Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, we'll probably start up with the more traditional preview shows. Opening day on Thursday. I think that sounds pretty good. Yep, on Thursday. Oh, sorry. When I say MLB preview, yeah, I mean just the Thursday games. Thursday. First game's at 11 Mountain Time. Yankees, Giants. Braves, Nationals also right at 11:05. What's up to the Rockies play? Rockies play at 2 Mountain Time. Blake Snell, Herman Marquez. Marquez has looked good, Nick. Marquez has looked good. I'm eyeing an under in that game. Anything 8 or under, I'm taking an under. I'm telling you right now. Telling you right now. I'm really curious to see how these lines open up for totals. Really curious. Glad Corbin has the privilege of throwing first pitch of the MLB season. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better guy to do it. We'll have to have both games up to see if Corbin or who's the it's got to be Cole, right? Garrett Cole. We'll have to see who actually gets the first pitch off, right? Because both these games start at 11:05 Mountain Time. So we'll have to see. Not that that means anything, but it'd be kind of funny to watch. I think the first pitch of the MLB season, I think the batter should just fucking try to swing for the fences. Who's the Giants leadoff? Oh, Nick, look at this. The National League's version of Framber Valdez. Look at that. They're trying to hype Logan Webb up. Oh, I don't know about that. It's a little bit of a stretch there. I mean, Logan Webb. No, I come on. This has to be some sort of fucking. The Yankees are writing about this. I mean, maybe his pitching profile, but a little bit of a stretch there. Oh, yeah, Lamont Wade. So Lamont Wade, maybe he tries to hit a home run first pitch. For the Braves, Acuna, right? He's leadoff, pretty sure. By the way, Ben, we've been through 2 college basketball sweats, the Utah cover and the Xavier Texas over. Oh, I remember the Utah. Yeah. Nick, wait till the micro betting where you could start just betting on the most random shit. Like they have like the the strike zone grid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you basically say, like, this first pitch will land in, 1. You could even do like roulette style, like 1, 2, 3, top row, right? Ball or strike. First strike Corbin throws is going to be triple exit. Triple digit exit, yeah. I mean, most likely. That it's actually it's almost like a meme at this point that Patrick Corbin is actually starting. I mean, Nick, that's what they're basically saying with micro betting, right? It's just going to turn into slots. They just want to skip roulette. They want to go straight to slots. You just placed the future on Jordan Walker. Rookie of the year. Oh man, look look at this. Look at this. This is your opening day starter. Everyone give can we give some sub bangs, for Patrick Corbin's amazing splits and amazing profile. Oh yeah, we found out what extension means, Nick. I think this is a new one. They didn't have this here. And it is basically the higher the percentile, the closer to the plate the ball is released. I don't know if there's any correlation. Well, there's an inverse correlation right now. This is maybe a bad example because he does have a high extension, but I mean, the idea is that you have less time to see what pitch is coming out of the pitcher's hands. Maybe if I join the MLB as a pitcher, my goal can be to have the 100th percentile, and I'll literally just lean in as far as possible. Maybe I'll have to like jump throw, right? Can you jump throw? I think that's a block, right? Congrats to Patrick Corbin for his 85th percentile extension. Yeah. Number 1 percentile in X batting average, X slugging. Look. I mean, what do we think that line opens up at? I think the Braves are going to be minus 200 to start. Yeah, if you play for the Savannah Bananas, you can do anything you want. I saw them doing TikTok dances out there. Oh, you know what we should do? Hold on. I have a fun game to play. It's called Name This Pitcher. Okay, I'm going to pull up one. Make sure I don't fuck this up and you guys can see his name. Okay, let's see here. Oh, you can see the top. Fuck. You guys are gonna cheat. Hold on. I know what I can do. Wait, can I go like this? No, that's just gonna... I know what I can do. No cheating. Oh, I'll just do this. It's called problem solving. Okay. Name this pitcher. Nick, that's so funny. I didn't even read your comment, and we were on the same page. I love that. Okay, name this pitcher. I will say, I'll give you a hint here. It's a small hint. This pitcher started off the season pretty shitty, and he turned it around second half. Turned it around a little bit. So, like, if you were to see any sort of line graph, it would be trending in the right direction. Bad extension. Bad extension. Yeah, we know it's not Ohtani because Ohtani has a good extension. Plays in the NL. He plays in the NL. He's got to be short. Unless he's like really unorthodox with his pitch. Not Kluber. I'll give you another hint. He is in Dubs is close. He is in the NL West. He plays in the NL West. Actually, Darvish was a pretty good guess. But no, Darvish has better splits than this. It's a Rockies player. Yeah, it is a Rockies player. Yeah. Heisenberg knows me just too well. Freeland, good guess. Good guess. Oh, that's another good guess, Gomber. No. Oh, wait. Did he say it? Yeah, it's Marquez. Ding, ding, ding. You win a free ticket to Coors Field, and they're like $5 in the rock pile. And flight is not included. Nick, we should start doing giveaways like that. You win free tickets to the Rockies and a beer, but that's it. Someone would take us up on it. Yeah, W prize. Coors Light, by the way, for your beer. Yeah, we'll send. It'll say we'll send you to any baseball stadium for 2 tickets, and then like in the fine print it says does not include Yankees, Red Sox, Cubs. You know, there's like the only qualifying stadiums are like the A's. Diamondbacks tickets can get pretty cheap too. I guess Tigers are cheap. Funny enough, Rockies are actually not that cheap, just because everyone wants to go to the games in the summer. But yeah, max value of $5. All-inclusive trip, excluding plane tickets, hotels, room and board. But we do have the ticket. Yeah, I know Mike would be like, "Hey, I won the prize. I won the prize." Also, Mike, how's the daughter doing? I know she was feeling sick. How's she doing? You guys still in the hospital, or did you guys say we're getting the hell out of here? Coors Field is great, though. Coors Field is pretty fucking awesome. What was the Miami, Texas lean? What did I lean? I think I like the under, and I like Miami. Day 8 in the hospital. Damn. Well, hopefully she's in good spirits. I would say like turn on our streams like in the hospital waiting room, but then I wouldn't want to say something like really stupid. Or not in the waiting room, in her room, but then I wouldn't want to like say something dumb, and then the nurses are like, Mike, can you please turn this TV off? But no. Hopefully she is on the upswing, and you do have it on? Yeah. Well, if the nurses are watching, hello. Hello. Okay. I know it's always funny when I see screenshots of people watching this in like random places. This one guy sent me one, and he was like watching it at work, and he was definitely like some car mechanic. I was like, that's pretty dope. Just has it posted up. Like it was literally on the hood of a car. I need to go find that. That was great. I know the nurses. Hey, you never know, man. We gotta riz up the nurses so they give her the best attention possible. Yes. W Riz to the nurses. Yeah, no, I literally got to watch a game with her too. The that was the Colts. Yes. See, what I can't even read that comment out loud, Mike, because then they're gonna be like, "What?" I wish that would have been like the bit comment that just reads aloud. That would have been pretty funny. And Mike also didn't say if the nurses are male or female either. I'm just saying. I don't care either way, but just pointing that out. Now, Nick, I was thinking about like in the waiting room. So Keith, my close friend Keith, they had their boy, and it was literally during the Purdue Florida, or no, sorry, during the Purdue Fairleigh Dickinson game. And I'm pretty sure that they had the TV on during the game. And from what I gathered, the kid was basically born around the same time as that game ended. So I think that's a good omen, right? I kind of like the under, Pat. I think that's my favorite play, to be honest. I like the under in that game. BR Bet said, ha ha ha. Hey, I don't care. Either way, as long as they're taking care of little Maya. All right. I like how we just have Herman Marquez. I mean, is anyone else in the world talking about nurses, Herman Marquez, and college basketball at the same time? I'm going to say zero. No, here's what they should do. Wait, where did the FDU coach go? Did he go to Wichita? They have to follow him now. Yeah, chat. Do we have any NBA props? I don't have any NBA props. Oh, he's at Iona. That's right. Someone who went to Wichita State. Didn't Wichita State just get a new head coach? Four people in Colorado are talking about the same thing. When I was a kid, I always used to do that. I would say when I was like 14 or 12, I would say, I think I'm the only person in the world right now like doing jumping jacks with a baseball in my hand, watching SpongeBob. And I thought it was so funny. And my parents were like, ha ha ha. Yeah, I'm sure you are, Ben. I'm sure you're the only one doing that. Oral Roberts. Yeah, that's right. Starting lineup for the Hornets all over. Paul Mills went to from Oral Roberts, went to Wichita. You know what's funny is there's been a lot of good coaches to come from Oral Roberts. Well, maybe not a lot, but Bill Self coach there. Fun fact. A lot of good beginnings from Oral. That's exactly why you can't play this in the hospital room. I'm ruining it for you guys. I'm trying to see the list of head coaches. So we got Bill Self, Paul Mills, all right. You got to be kidding me. There was a coach named Dick Akers who coached at Oral. It's insane. RIP to Dick Akers. He died in 2012, but that's incredible. Can't make this stuff up. Ted Owens. He's the 4th winningest head coach in Jayhawks basketball history. We got Ken Trickey. Then there's Bill Self, Barry Hinson, Scott Sutton. He might be related to is he related to Eddie? Yeah, he is. He's the youngest son. I guarantee you no one else in the world went from Herman Marquez to Oral Roberts basketball. Okay? Dick loved Oral. Yeah, I'm sure he did. I mean, come on. That's insane. It's insane that happened. Oh my gosh. You had night sweats on? That's crazy. That's entertaining. They should just have that program on every room, right? You just watch the surgical sweat. It's entertaining. It doesn't even look. I feel like half the people who watch the surgical sweat or the surgical stream, I don't even think they bet at this point. I think they just watch. Dead serious on that. I mean, I'm not really when I watch that, I'm not like getting insight from random college kids. I mean, of course, every once in a while there's some random guys who come on who are pretty sharp, but yeah, we watch for the twerks. Come for the picks, leave with the twerks. Should be a shirt. Okay. See if these lines have moved. Yvette, have you watched the surgical stream? It's an experience, to say the least. I mean, how do you explain the surgical stream to someone who's never seen it before? I don't even know where to begin. I sometimes just say like, oh, well, people pitch plays to Trent but then you make it sound like it's boring when you pitch it that way, right? Like if you're like, oh yeah, people come on and they pitch their play and then you go to the next person, right? Downplays the experience. Yeah. Well, Nick, the thing though is he can manipulate the results and he can just start twerking like crazy. Oh, the characters are insane. Last year, I'm not gonna lie, last year there were some better characters. But it was definitely getting to the point where like some of these people you're like, all right, I don't know if they can come back on. Yeah, we got I mean, just the last month we had some OnlyFan cappers come on. We've had Tyler Hansbrough come on. We've had all sorts of sharper betters come on. I mean, the Hannah spoon feeder thing, that was hilarious. Hannah came on randomly. Like we were like, who is this girl? And then what did she ask Trent? She asked Trent some really random question. She's like, can you do this for me? Do you guys remember that? I don't think LeBron's playing today. Hannah asked Trent some really random question. Like the first time she's ever come on stream. I forget what it was though. It was really weird. And I think Trent did it. Trent was like, yeah, what'd you say? Oh man, this is back to 135. Oh yeah. Mike, she was like, Trent, can you stand up for me? I was like, what? That was so random. So random. Oh man, Jack, I'm gonna take my L, and I didn't play some of those. I saw them though. Wasn't there a few decisions that were some horse crap? Oh yeah, chat was grilling him. Also, I do want to say that since Trent has had a girlfriend, the Super Goats Haven't been hitting. I'm just saying. Just saying. Correlation, causation, I don't know. I'm just saying though. Texas is 4 at Pinnacle, but it's plus 101. Yeah, she's holding them back, man. She's stealing lab hours. Definitely taken away from his surgical lab sessions. This total keeps dropping. Should I get in at 148? 148 and a half, be a sucker? Let's see what the total is. 115 on BetMGM. Bet Rivers, shit, 149. Yeah, Frosty 5's been cold. I mean, look, I there's a reason why I don't parlay bet. I mean, it's hard. If the variance is not in your favor. Yeah, Nick, it's like, I'm sure if you bet all of Chelly's Frosty 5 plays as straight bets, you're up money. Like, that's the thing. So, you know, we can all look at Chelly and be like, man, he hasn't hit a Frosty 5. But in my eyes, I'm like, yo, if you're hitting 55, 60%, you know, taking in the juice, because I know sometimes it's, you know, plays are juiced or whatever, but I have a feeling he's up if you straight bet all those. I mean, that's what I've been doing with his plays when I take them. I've done some round robins with them, but yeah, I'm like hitting a 5-leg parlay is not easy. It's really not easy. If anyone thinks it is easy, like, you're probably draining through your bankroll. Yeah. Yeah. But you know, the funniest part is Trent hit his first ever 6-leg parlay on Prize Picks. You can't make that up, man. You cannot make that up. FanDuel boosted odds on Texas and Miami to score 75 points each. Shit's going under. I mean, what odds with the boost? Yeah, well, that's Sealord. I can't help you there. Yeah, DeGrom's going to be some gas. I love hearing batters talk about facing DeGrom, and they're like, his fastball, it's different. They're like, it moves, just moves all over the place. It's like hard to pick up, and guys are just swinging and praying because they know it's going to be a strike. Like, you see it coming right down the pipe, and you're just trying to make contact with it. Like, if you get a foul tip sometimes on those, not even foul tip, just like foul it off and make contact, you're happy. You're like, all right, I can see another pitch. Also, DeGrom went to Stetson, Nick. Shout out Stetson. That's a Florida school, right? Iveta, that's a Florida school? Fun fact, if every leg is 50-50, there is a 20% chance of failing to hit 100 straight Super Goats. That's crazy. That's a crazy stat. Crazy stat, but, you know, numbers don't lie. I also did the math on, like, kind of the other way, Nick, where I think if you wanted to have a 6-leg parlay to have odds of like minus 110, so like, you know, your regular spread odds, right? If you wanted to have a 6-leg parlay to hit those same odds, have those same odds, I believe it's something crazy like minus 600. Nick, maybe you can do the math. I definitely reached out to you one time and asked you what it was, and I posted it on Twitter. But it's insane when you put it that way. You're like, you have to have 6 legs that are that heavily juiced just to have the odds equivalent of minus 110. And it makes sense because there's always, the more events you have, it's likely that some fluke shit happens. It's probabilities. It's, if we think the market's efficient, that's literally how numbers work. You can't beat the numbers. Numbers don't lie. What were the odds? Oh, Dub said they're plus 250. That's not the worst. I'm not going to be on that, obviously, because I like the under. But look at DeGrom, though, guys. Look at this. Pretty solid. And look, you can look at his exit velo and you can be like, oh, why is it so low? But it's just like no one's ever making contact with him, right? I mean, if he's having, I don't know, 10 balls in play in a game, no, it's got to be higher. But you know what I'm saying? It's just there's not a lot of opportunities that batters are making good contact with the ball. I like the Guardians, Bryce. I was talking to Pete, and he's big on the Guardians, but I like the Guardians. High fastball, velo, high exit. Yep, that's physics 101, right? That's what they teach you in physics, right? First class in session. It's like today we're here to talk about Jacob deGrom and his fastball. It's kind of like the what goes up must come down, sort of. Kinda. Not really. Look at this. Look at that fastball. Oh, especially against a righty when it's coming in right on the edge of the right. Oh my gosh. Like you're trying to catch up to that. You basically have to start swinging as soon as it leaves his hand in that extension. 81 percentile. God, man. I think it would take me 1,000 at bats to get one ball in play. Maybe more. Maybe 1,000 pitches by DeGrom to even make contact. I would just be swinging for the fences. Yeah, if I couldn't bunt, but even then it wouldn't be easy. It would still be pretty difficult. Teams just need to start bunting on DeGrom. Right? That's the cheat code. If you're like a 220 batter and there's one out, I wonder what the analytics would say. Like, let's say you have a pretty good sprint speed and your batting average sucks. Maybe you just bunt. But I feel like people would get pissed at that. Like the owners, the management would be like, what are we doing? Well, Ryan McMahon does not have a good sprint speed, but I just wanted to pull up his profile for kicks and giggles. Shits and giggles. Kicks and giggles. I love Baseball Savant, though. Pretty solid stuff. Yeah, that's how physics work. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. What are the odds of Trent's 6-leg season goat parlay coming this week? I think he's discussing it on Monday, I believe. My approach on futures, I've never been the best with baseball futures. Are you saying like when the season starts, Bress? The hard part with totals in baseball is once the season starts, I don't think a lot of markets are offering that still. But there are a few teams that I was thinking about waiting to bet the under on. And one of them is the Rockies. And the reason why is because traditionally the Rockies get worse as the season goes on because of the whole Coors effect. And basically, I mean, there's been about 10 seasons of this where as the season goes on, they play worse on the road just because of the visual memory index of the ball and how it moves at higher altitude off out of the pitcher's hand versus lower altitude. And that's why you typically see the Rockies with abysmal road away splits, especially that first game after a road or a homestand. So my idea is to take a Rockies under like a in season. But the problem is I don't know how many books are going to offer in season win totals. On top of that, the Rockies face the Nationals and the Pirates in the first month. So if we could get the Rockies off to like, I don't know, a 10-8, 10-7 start, something like that, I think it would bump up their win total by a few wins. Or the Rockies could just start off and go like fucking 2-10. So there's that too. Yeah, so for championship winners, yeah, you can always wait it out a little bit. You don't need to bet something preseason. I mean, for the Padres, if you like the Padres, you could wait till Tatis comes back. There's a few other players that are going to be out. I'm trying to think of a few. I mean, the Phillies, you could wait on the Phillies maybe. The only issue is like sometimes the market has the same idea as that. And then there's other times where you get a team like the Phillies and all of a sudden they start off 20-5 or some shit. And you're never going to see that number again that you wanted. So there's always the risk there also. Great joke, Nick. I just saw that. All right. So stay tuned for the baseball schedule coming out. We're starting Monday. Nick, I also had an idea maybe throughout the season. I mean, I would be fine with just doing this randomly, maybe one game a week. I would probably do it with the Rockies because I have a really good pulse on them, especially when they're at home. But we could pull up Savant and show this on screen. And then we can look at velocity, location, see if there's anything we can pick up. Is their exit velo down? Is it higher? Is their pitch velocity up? Is it lower? Are they hitting their zones? I concluded that it's about a minute and a half to a minute behind real time, or at least what ESPN is showing. So as far as live betting goes, we would probably have to wait till inning breaks or a half inning because we're just delayed. But that's okay. I mean, I'm willing to sacrifice that if I can see something where I'm like, okay, I like the German Marquez example from last season when I just kept betting against him, and I bet against him live during the season because his velocity was so low and it was not picking up throughout the game. I mean, you can go in here and you can literally see pitch by pitch. And if I know that, Tristan Gray is usually throwing a 98 mile per hour four seamer and he's basically, let's see, he has a cutter too. I'm just trying to make an example here. But no, if you could see his velocities down, or you could see a pitcher isn't hitting his zones. Might be interesting. But the only team I really feel confident about doing that with is the Rockies, because I couldn't just go to. I mean, there are certain players or pitchers that I feel confident doing that with, but I couldn't do that for everyone other than just for entertainment and to talk about it. But as far as like actionable live betting with the Rockies, I could definitely help out and see things that I really truly believe I would have an edge on. So just an idea. If we have enough people who think it's a good idea, I'll do it. But if people aren't watching, and it is what it is, I can always just give out plays in the Discord live and just say like, hey, Rockies over 8.5, hit it live. The Braves are going to come to town. Damn, sucks it's so late in the season, but better late than never. You can also see exit velo from players too, which I always find interesting. Let's see here. I think I can go to... Yeah, so you can go at bat by at bat, and then you can see. And again, this is all live. It's pretty cool. In play outs. Trent's always like, in play outs, in play runs. Where's the exit velo on this one? Oh, right here. See, that was a tough one. So you can see the X batting average here, which is always a good. Well, it's not always a good. It can be a good metric, and you can say like, okay, Baez had 109 mile per hour line out based on launch angle and distance. So this one this was right to the. Holy shit! He didn't even catch this in the air. Well, if it's -2, then that means he hit it down. So it was one of those like real hard hit ground ball right to the pitcher, because 109 is, I mean, that's coming in hot. Wow. I wish I could see a replay of that. I wonder if it hit the pitcher. No, if it's -2 though. Yeah, that's crazy. (101) grounds out second base. Anyways, I think I'm going to call it though. We got the game starting here in a second, right? I guess we have 50 minutes. About an hour. Spread's down to 3.5 though. For Texas. I guess Pinnacle still has that -4, but it's 104 or plus 101. -4 plus 101. Oh man, Bet Rivers dropped down to 107. So they moved their total from 149 to 147. So that total's coming down, yo. Total is coming down. I should have jumped on the 149. When am I taking today, low-key, iCarly? Oh yeah, that's fine. Shout out low-key iCarly with the 6-month sub badge. Yeah, that's the lean. I forgot to put the chat lean in for the other game, but I think it was Texas. But I think I like the under in Miami and Texas. 148 though is probably as low as I would go. I was talking too much and it was 149 and then it went away. And actually I think the 148s are kind of gone too. I guess Superbook. Yeah, I'm gonna play that for a little bit. Have a little action. So I guess I'm on the unders today. Yay. So fun. Unders. So fun with the unders. Alrighty. Just want to see one thing and then we can call it. But yeah, stay tuned, guys. Baseball coming in hot. Coming in hot. Let's see here. Unders are very stressful, but we know what we say here. Those unders build character. I'm probably going to make that a shirt. All right. Let's see. We're going to raid our dude ref who bets. Ref that bets. Appreciate you guys. Best of luck today. Hop in our Discord. Say what up. Sweat these games out with us. Stay tuned. Next week will be balls deep into baseball. So appreciate you guys joining. We will talk to you tomorrow.